The New York Post is revealing that a big shot Hollywood lawyer paid off the delinquent taxes of Hunter Biden, amounting to over $2 million. Sources telling the Post that entertainment attorney Kevin Morris has also been footing the bill for Biden's lifestyle in Los Angeles, including his rent and living expenses, and advising him on art sales as well. This as Hunter awaits the results of an investigation into his personal finances by a grand jury in Delaware. Joining me right now to talk more about that is North Carolina Congressman Ted Budd. He is a member of the House Financial Services Committee and a candidate for U.S. Senate. Congressman, it's great to see you. Thanks very much for being here this morning. I'm going to get to Hunter Biden in a moment, but first, got to get your take on all of this nervousness on Wall Street and for investors. This market is down 15 to 22% year to date. We've got another 500-point sell-off right now as investors worry about a recession, the Federal Reserve raising interest rates, inflation at 40-year highs. What can you do about it?
All this comes down to the consumer and what the Biden administration has done to destabilize things for them. I mean, we saw tremendous gains in the lowest quartile of earners under President Trump. We saw unbelievable low unemployment rates for women, for minorities, for Hispanics. And right now you're seeing uncertainty, which is leading to volatility. We're seeing the highest inflation in over 40 years. And that's a different measurement than we used to use 40 years ago. Now it's core inflation, which doesn't deal as directly with food and energy. And every single day we need food and energy. And it's making it harder and harder on American folks out there. This comes down to energy production for us. I mean, this is planting season. We're on the back end of planting season here in North Carolina. The input costs, fertilizer costs, diesel fuel costs are up. And so we're not out of the woods. This could be even tougher in the fall on food supply chain and other things which directly impact those who are having a hard time and struggling, such as our American consumers.
Well, I mean, look, the administration does not want to talk about this. They have come up with this disinformation board so that they could control the narrative. They're not looking at inflation, the idea that this economy may very well be teetering on recession. And then we've got this story about Hunter Biden, that this Hollywood lawyer is paying the bills for his taxes that he was supposed to pay. Where is this going? Is there going to be an investigation from Congress on what took place here in terms of influence peddling for a sitting vice president, now president?
Maria, as you know, when I'm in my hearings, when I look behind me, my chairwoman, unfortunately, is Maxine Waters. I can say anything I want to in the 5 minutes that I'm allotted during a hearing, but I can't control what the hearing's about. That's why we need to win the majorities in the U.S. House and in the U.S. Senate. And that's why I'm running for Senate, is to hold the Biden administration accountable. And then let's go win the presidency in 2024. But the American people deserve a lot better than what they're getting right now, including the questions of corruption around the Biden administration and Hunter Biden right now. Laptops, other people paying for them. And the real question is, the American people are asking, how deeply is the Biden administration compromised?
Well, you've got this corruption that is basically, unfolding in plain sight. And yet policies that the American people care about are completely against them. Now you've got the leaders of the G7 countries pledging to ban or phase out Russian oil imports during a virtual meeting yesterday with Ukrainian President Zelensky. This pledge coming as the European Union continues talks to formalize plans to phase out Russian oil. Congressman, that's going to be less oil on the market. Where is Europe going to get the oil? The policy of this country is pretty much attacking fossil fuel companies. So where is this going?
The leadership right now in the Biden administration has this completely backwards. We saw on day one that they stopped the XL Keystone pipeline, and yet at the same time, within a few weeks, they endorsed Nord Stream 2, which lined the coffers of the Russian Republic, so enabled them to project power, which emboldened them to go into Ukraine. It's an awful chain of events. And what you see going back to Afghanistan, and the way that Joe Biden exited from there, is it was American weakness on display. That emboldened China. It emboldened Russia. It emboldened North Korea. It emboldened Iran, who, by the way, we're asking for oil from. You cannot make this stuff up. This goes back to us being America strong. And part of that, not only for American consumers at the grocery store, is let's drive down the cost of American petroleum production, which strengthens America and makes it safer for the rest of the world. We should be a net exporter that we were under President Trump. I can tell you, Maria, we didn't have these problems under President Trump, but we do now under Biden. Putin was contained under Trump, but he's not under Joe Biden.
Yeah, Dagan just said she thinks oil prices, diesel prices are going to go higher coming up in the peak driving season this summer. Is that what you're expecting, that prices for oil and gasoline are going to even go higher from here?
Well, the president's administration, the Biden administration, has a war on petroleum products, and they're not doing anything to increase the supply. Nothing has happened more in the 20th and the 21st century other than a production to increase the lifespan of Americans, to increase the lifespan of the world population. It's all about energy production. We have to get back to the fundamentals.
Congressman, thank you very much. We'll be watching, and of course, we'll be watching the Senate race. Congressman Ted Budd joining us.